What's up? What's
Yo,
going on? We back
back.
again.
Culture
Clark
looking for
Brothers.
the same thing. Clark Brothers in the building with
Yep.
the reaction. Another Clark Brother reaction. Shout out to all of the IE Network supporters. Shout out to all of the renegades. Shout out to everybody, man, that supports the Clark Brothers reactions. Right? Um, we got a good one today. We're gonna continue on the Rand journey, and we're gonna, again, everybody knows that we kind of did started the Rand journey backwards. We started off with Money Game Three, and shit, and that's strictly because I really didn't know what I was getting into. Like when my daughter said, "Hey, check this rap," I was just like, "Okay." I thought it was just gonna be she's in the drill rap. I thought it was just gonna be a drill rapper or something, but she really did her big one when she introduced the Seren. So we did Money Game 3 first. We came back after that. We did High Ren. And then we counted after that with Money Game 1, right? And then
We just
um
did.
we just did Detail of Jenny and Screech, which was amazing. Y'all can check for that.
Check that out. Make
Yep,
sure
that
y'all
just
check that
dropped
out.
today. Make sure y'all go check it out and comment and let us know how you feel about those reactions. And now we're gonna finish off the trilogy, Money Game 2. All right. It's your boy Ren. This is the lyric video. This is what the Renegade told us. Said make sure we do the lyrical video, not the live version. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna react to the Money Game 2 by the boy Ren.
Here we go.
Strange time we're living in panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset spread like malaria. Sit back and watch the show. America, Britain split through fickle shit. A government of hypocrites. These counterfeit politicians sit in parliament, not adequate. Come on. Needlessly bleeding resources all dry. Turn a blind eye if it means a pay rise. Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die if number 10 Downing Street burned in a fire. Only joking, only messing, don't be stressing. I'm a peaceful adolescent, there's no need to be unpleasant. Write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyse the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 a storm it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we die upon the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
All right, so he brought it back. Now the hook is the same, like,
Right, right.
from the first one. Um this one plays out more like, like the first few that we listened to, like a song. He's got some
Mm-hmm.
nice rhyme schemes in here too. He
Right.
got some pretty nice rhyme schemes in here. Uh there's a few things in there. Well, I guess I'll go back and break it down, but I did want to put that in there, the fact that I know that, he's got that. This is that, because the one we just watched was really just a story,
Right.
and he didn't really get into his spitting game until like the third verse of that one,
Mm-hmm.
or the
Right.
last verse, not third verse, the third story, the one about Violet. Then you started
Right.
kind of
That's when
flipping
he
it,
was spitting a little bit. Right.
yeah, yeah. The rest of them was more just storytelling. Now this one, he's back to that spitting, like he riding that beat too.
Right. And he
And
and
funny, it's like this, like one of the first, not first, but he's normally has, like, he's just playing the guitar and there's no real beat. He's making the beat with his guitar, but this one has a beat. Boop, 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 boop.
right.
Yeah, this one
Has a
like a
big
track.
like a money game. Money Game Part One. That was all his guitar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. And but now this one it's got the it's got the drum. It's got a
Yeah.
drum to it now, backing it up.
Mm.
And of course that same guitar riff, his classic guitar riff. And this one is more on the line. It's kind of like part one on steroids. This is
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
really going deep into it.
Hmm.
And this is a classic continuation from one, but it's just broken down now into a rhyme scheme type
Yeah.
thing.
Yep. So we'll let it bring it back a
Let it
little and
play and then
then
we'll
let
come
it
back.
go.
Trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain. A storm it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies. Poison in the veins. But we die upon the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame. We point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
Mm. Little elements of the first one
Right.
in there.
This old money game.
Yeah, that's cool.
This old money is a game and the ladder we climb turns a saint into a sinner with his finger in crime. I'll break it down for you motherfuckers line by line. This is business economics in a nursery rhyme. She
Okay.
sells seashells on a seashore, but the value of these shells will fall due to the laws of supply and demand. No one wants to buy shells cause there's loads on the sand. Step one, you must create a sense of scarcity. Shells will sell much better if the people think they're rare, you see. Bear with me, take as many shells as you can find and hide them on an island. Stockpile them high until they're rarer than a diamond. Step two, gotta make the people think that they want them, really fucking want them. Hit them like Bronson. Influencers, product placement, featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a shell, then you're just a fucking waste man. Three, it's monopoly. Invest inside some property. Start a corporation, make a logo, do it properly. Shells must sell, that will be a new philosophy. Swallow all your morals, they're a poor man's quality. Four, expand, expand, expand. Clear forest, make land, fresh blood on hands. Five, why just shells? Why limit yourself? She sells seashells, sell oil as well. Six, guns, sell stock, sell diamonds, sell rock, sell water to a fish, sell the time to a clock. Seven, press on the gas, take your foot off the brakes, then run to be the president of the United States. Eight, big smile, make big wave, that's great. Now the truth is overrated, tell lies out the gate. Nine, polarize the people, controversy is the game. It don't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name. 10, the world is yours. Step out on the stage to a round of applause. You're a liar, cheat, a devil, a whore, and you sell seashells on the seashore.
Yeah, that's dope. Wow, that's a lot
Ooh.
to unpack there. I mean, he's basically breaking down the law of supply and demand and how, you know, I mean, it's a lot he's breaking down, but that's where you get from the first of it. And he
Right.
did it. He's trying to do it in layman's terms with the whole
Right, with the
seashells,
seashell by
she
the seashore,
sells.
breaking it down
Yeah,
in simpler terms. Narcissist
yeah,
mindset spread like malaria. It just pretty much
yeah,
that compares self-centered greed to a disease. Pretty much,
yeah,
narcissist mindset spread like malaria. That's really like comparing self-centered to a
yeah,
disease, like
yeah.
infecting society. Like
Right.
step one, you must create a sense of, I think he said, scarcity. Like simplifies. That's kind of like just simplifying complex economic manipulation to a
Hmm.
digestible lesson. Like to break, like we said, breaking it down um,
Hmm.
in layman's
Layman's terms.
terms, right?
Yeah,
Exposing how corporations inflate value. When he said, and that's what
yeah,
corporations do. They inflate everything.
yeah,
They boost up a value more than what it really is, right? Swallow
yeah.
all. I think he said swallow all your morals. That's a poor man's quality.
Hmm.
Um, that's like suggesting
Poor men have
not put
morals.
that.
Rich people
Yeah,
don't have morals.
morality is a
That's
luxury.
the
The
same
wealthy
as
are
that's the same as nice guys finish last. You know, a lot of
right.
people say, show me an honest businessman, and I'll show you a broke one."
Broke businessman, right? And
Period.
that's what I always say about when people say, "Oh, this guy, he he did this. They're all doing it. Like you're not a millionaire, right? And you're definitely not a billionaire if you haven't stepped on somebody. That's just the way it works. I'm
Yeah.
just people that's working, customer service jobs, and in order to get the team lead, They go
Mm-hmm.
and they'll step on somebody else. Oh yeah, I heard that they were such and such and such. And then they'll go and snitch say they're doing something. Oh, you should check his social media out. You see what he's talking about on his social media. Then they'll go and check out his social media and say, nah, we can't give him the job. That's stepping on somebody. What I mean? That's
Mm-hmm.
not being honest about. So that's pretty much what he's saying about this. The 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 business world and the money game, as he said, is full of corruption. And when he said there's a part when he says we're all part of the money game, he's just
Mm-hmm.
making it so that we all, regardless of whether you think so or not, we all play a part in it. Like we all play a
Mm-hmm.
part of the money game. If you
Mm-hmm.
allow it to happen, right, you're playing a part in it. If you are doing if you have any one of those qualities that he said,
Yep.
right, then you're a part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The seashell anatomy, like the director said, the seashell anatomy, what I got from is like create scarcity by hiding resources, manufactures desire through marketing.
Mm-hmm.
All that was basically about marketing, monopolies, control markets.
Mm-hmm.
So they're ignoring ethics. Again, businessmen
Mm-hmm.
ignoring
Mm-hmm.
ethics, diversity into
Yep.
exploitive industries. Like it's basically again showing the corruption behind the money game. The money game is the businesses, and it all is a direct effect to what's going on, and we're a part of it. That's what he wants to get across. We're a part of it,
Okay, so let's bring it back a little bit, and then we'll
right?
break it down again. Let's see.
They're
I
gonna
kind of
some have to
want to,
bring it
because this
back,
is a short one. I kind of want to bring it back to that when he started breaking everything down.
right?
All right, let's go about right here. It's like halfway.
Rarer than the diamond, step two. Gotta make the people think that they want them, really fucking want them. Hit them like Bronson. Influencers, product placement, featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a show, then you're just a fucking waste, man. Free. It's monopoly. Invest inside some property. Start a corporation, make a logo, do it properly. Shelves must sell, that will be your new philosophy. Swallow all your morals, they're a poor man's quality. 4. Expand. Clear forest, make land, fresh blood on hands. 5. Why just shells? Why limit yourself? She sells seashells, sell oil as well. 6. On sell stock, sell diamonds, sell rock, sell water to a fish, sell the time to a clock. 7. Press on the gas.
See, right there. Sell stocks, sell diamonds, sell rocks, sell everything, legal
Right.
or illegal.
Or illegal, or
You know what
illegal.
I mean?
Right. And
Sell
that and
rocks.
that.
That's got to be crack rocks. A diamond. That's a double entendre. Diamonds are considered rocks, is what they call them,
Right.
rocks.
Right.
But
Double
crack
entendre.
rock is rocks
Crack
too.
rock. Sell
So
diamonds.
sell
Sell
diamonds,
rocks.
and diamonds can be illegally. Diamonds are sold legally, but they're mined illegally a lot of the time. So
Right.
that might be a triple entendre when you put it together. Like sell
and
diamonds, sell rocks. Yeah, I
and
mean,
and
so
the
now
breakdown, the
he getting that lyricism going right here. So
right, the breakdown of that I like. The step two was the desire. Step two is manufacture a little desire. Points to marketing, ads, influencers, the
yep,
culture. Right. That's how you manufacture a little desire. That's
mm-hmm,
pretty much like boost it up, and you
yep,
have to you market it right. And monopoly. Step three, you gotta build a monopoly like references. That's like corporate giants like
yep,
Amazon, um, Standard Oil, like different
yeah,
monopolies that we see now that monopolize
and
everybody.
double entendre because Monopoly, the board game by Hasbro, by Parker Brothers or whatever.
Hmm.
The board game, you're investing in some property. That's what you're doing in Monopoly. That's what that whole game
Monopoly,
Monopoly is about.
right?
You buying all the property around people. That's how you win the game. Anybody ever win Monopoly? The funny thing is I've
Right,
never played Monopoly to the end. 'Cause I
to the
always just
end.
get bored and
I've
kind of
never seen
quit.
anyone ever win it,
But
and
my daughter, my oldest daughter, she plays to the end. Like you win when you have a monopoly, when you pretty much own almost all of all of the property on the board, or at least
Right.
majority of it. Yeah,
Right. And
so that's cool.
then the whole seashore rhyme scheme, that's really just like mimicking, the capitalism's greed. It's kind of like mocking them, right?
Yeah,
And trying to symbolize it to basically where you can teach it to a kid, right? So
yeah,
where with the that's why he's using the C cell type thing.
hmm
Very interesting stuff, man.
yeah. I
that
mean,
that that whole
these are
line
bars.
about
These are
narcissist
bars.
mind smells like spread like malaria. Man, that's a bar.
That's a bar. Yeah, that's a bar. So where are we up to step? What step are we up to now? Bring it back a
Yeah,
tad
bring it back
bit.
a
There
little
we
bit.
go.
To a fish, sell the time to a clock 7. Press on the gas, take your foot off the brakes. Then run to be the president of the United States. 8 big smile, mate.
Again, sell water. What did he say? He said like sell water to a whale. He didn't say water to
Yeah,
a well, but he
something
said
like
something
that.
else.
And
He said
basically tell them whatever you got. Be a shyster.
or
A
good
good
sell
salesman. What Jay
everything.
Z once said: "Sell water to a whale." So that's
Sell
just
water to a
basically saying
well,
I
he
can
said, yeah.
convince you. I convince somebody to get anything from me. Right? That's like
Yeah.
selling somebody a snowblower in Florida.
Sell
Convince them
water
that they
to a
need a
fish. That's what he
snowblower,
said.
and you live in
Sell
Florida.
water to a fish. Sell time to a clock. So sell everything. Sell there, 7. Press the gas, take your foot off the brakes, then run for the president of the United States. Once you achieved all of this stuff, you can kind of do that, and which is ironic. He mentioned the United States, and he's not from the United States, so he's, in my opinion, got to be talking about the current president of the United States,
Right.
who is the only president of the United States that basically did these type of things. Now, don't get me wrong. The money game isn't obviously about him. It's about the system. He's
Right.
just part of the money game like everybody else.
Right.
You know, so
All
it's
right.
it's it's, it's heavy stuff.
I'll make big wave, that's great. Now the truth is overrated. Tell lies out the gate. 9 polarize the people. Controversy is the game. It don't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name. 10. The world is yours. Step out on the stage to a round of applause. You're a liar, cheat, a devil, a whore, and you sell seashells on the seashore. Rain, 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 rain. A storm, it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies. Poison in the veins, but we die upon the blame. It's easier to blame. We point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
Millionaire. Scrooge McDuck.
This old money game.
All different competition. It's Scrooge McDuck again. This is dope. But first of all, let's talk a little bit about, and that was the money game too. Really dope. So far, that's actually, this might be my favorite one, just as like lyricist. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
I love
Showing up
Money
once
Game 3.
again. Showing
Money
up
Game 3
another aspect of
visually,
his artistry.
right. Money Game
Crazy.
3 visually is the best one because of what they did. I was impressed. But lyrically, the way he's breaking this down, like as a rapper, and even with let's talk about the imagery. How do you get your point across to people? Television, right? So that's why the
Yeah.
whole thing is shaped like a television set. You notice that? It's
Mm-hmm.
like an old TV set.
Right.
And
Right.
that's how you used to, that's how they say flashing things in front of you is how people got their point across to you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's almost like you could do that and put images in people's head. You notice he
Yeah.
had
Just
stuff
subconsciously put
subconsciously.
that's a form of programming. It's a form of
Of
programming.
programming, exactly. Yeah, Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McDuck was all about the money. That's all he was about. Yeah, I used for all y'all, Gen Xers out there that used to watch DuckTales. I mean, Scrooge McDuck was all about that bread. He was all about his
Right.
money. That's all he cared about. He dived into it and he literally swam in the money. You know what I'm saying? He had the big what's that called? The big vault of money, gold coins that he would literally swim in. You know what I mean? So once again, this all talks about how you use money as a tool for personal gain, for goals and aspirations, right? Um, it's crazy how he did this with the imagery. Every now and then, then you had other imagery. Let's look at some of the other imagery. You had like Hitler, people in
Right.
power. He
Big
was an
smile made big
influential.
wave. That's
Very,
great. Now the truth is overrated till lies out the gate. And then he'll flash certain images during certain
certain
points
imagery,
of the
certain
song
things.
for a reason.
Yeah, there go
Right?
what's his face? Old man Biden
Bush
right there.
or
That looks
Biden.
like Biden right there.
Is that Biden? Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's crazy how you should here's that's DiCaprio in the film Wolf of Wall Street. He was a big, that guy, that's a real guy he portrayed in that movie. That's
Right.
the guy, what's that guy's name? I forget
What,
his name right now.
Lyndon B. Johnson?
No, 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 no. In Wolf of Wall Street, he played a guy who was a stockbroker. That he was from. I think he's from Long Island too. The stockbroker. He was a real guy. But anyway, that dude was a big shyster and liar. But he played the money game. You know what I'm saying? He was all about manipulation, lying, tell you anything. And I mean, they were crazy. They were making money.
Jordan Belfort.
Jordan Belfort. And he goes around now because he done been to jail and everything. He got convicted for all the stuff that he was ripping people off and all that stuff. But now he goes around and he's like a motivational speaker. And people be paying to see him. This guy,
Right.
but he was yeah, if you haven't watched Wolf of Wall Street, you gotta watch it. It was really crazy. But that's why you see all of these images. These are all people who are classic. There's the game Monopoly we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
There's the game Monopoly by Parker Brothers, right? You play that game, you buy up the whole point was to buy up a lot of times when we played it as a kid, I didn't understand it. It was just fun to me.
Right.
But I've seen people literally act like that's real money. I've seen people getting ready to get into fights
Right.
playing Monopoly. You know what I mean? Like, ah, no,
And then
that's
as we
bull.
got older, people started, people with money. Well, we won't mention what type of people, but most of the people with money started playing Monopoly for real. You would see that in like big executives or
Yeah.
rappers or you know people
I
who
mean, look at what
street
Disney did.
pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, that too.
they
But
were
even
they
on
were
the bigger
playing with real
level,
money.
look at the bigger level. Look at Disney. Disney bought Fox. Disney, they going out, they buy different, they're trying to become a monopoly. You know what I'm saying? Big companies like that. So
Right.
it goes all right. But I'm just looking through the imagery that's popping up. I don't know what that seashells. Okay, that looks like
Those are seashells. Yeah.
yeah, that might be from like Little Mermaid or something, like, cuz those look like those could be mermaids that's with the big seashell there. That look like Tony Soprano. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All of that stuff, they all ties in together. There's some
Yep.
politicians,
All tells in
all ties in
politics.
together. Mafia, politicians, they all, when you think about it at its core, they all play the money game. We all play the money game. We're all part of it in
Yep.
a way. Nobody's exempt from it. It's just a matter of how you play it. If you playing to win, you're gonna play dirty. It's just that plain and simple. If you play,
Have
even if
to.
you play, let's go back to Monopoly. Even when you play in Monopoly, you know what I'm saying? I might know that you want to buy that property, but my turn is before yours.
Right. It's
So I
even a
roll
game,
my
and that's a
dice.
game. And people
Yep.
be like, "No, I wanted to buy that,"
You know I
or
wanted
or
that.
they'll take over their property. And then
Right.
again, when you do this, that kind of transfers into Money Game 3, because
Hmm.
if you remember, Jimmy started out doing it the right way, and then the older he got, the more money he got,
Yes,
and then
Trump. Yep.
it started turning into the wrong way.
Yep.
So he started out, he did things the right way. I mean, when you really think about it, um, he kind of I know we like to say he did things the right way in the beginning, but then It went bad, but wasn't his initial sale a hack? Didn't he sell like a hack? It said it was able to detect um protocols of security. It was able to detect. That's like a hack. So
Hmm.
he was actually kind of able to hack into a system to detect security protocols. So that's kind of illegal, right? When you think of it. But
Yeah.
he sold that vision. He got the money for it, and then from there it was just I mean the Forbes list, and then you see it transferred over to selling guns, selling drugs, hitting the cartel, police on his payroll. So yeah, man,
It,
you can
it,
see now after watching two how three comes about and fits into it.
right. How three comes about. Three was just focused on a specific
Person,
character, yeah,
yeah,
that he kind of just took. It's like he took the elements from one and two and just kind of basically took you on a journey from start to finish of someone who plays or ends up playing the money
the
game.
money game,
You know what I
right?
mean? Because it takes from start to finish. So
And
I
basically
mean,
tied that to us. He said he's a version of me, and he's a version of you, and he's a
yeah,
version of she.
because it could have been
Like
any
so,
one of us. It could have
right?
been any one of us
Basically,
that
that's
go
basically
that
what
route.
that meant.
Yeah, that means it could have been any one of us go that route. This is dope. The imagery in here is really cool the way he's doing it. It's like money printing on the things, showing Hitler. All of these people, to put a bow on it, everybody that's powerful, influential, rich, is successful,
Mm,
at some point had to play the money game, and they had to do some of these things that he talks about, right?
right,
I
right.
mean, Mark Zuckerberg, everybody uses Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg became who he is by not
Because he
playing
snaked his
fair.
best friend.
Right, he snaked his best friend. He stole the idea from the Winklevoms, or whatever they were called, those two twins that
Right.
had the actual idea for Facebook, but it was called something else. And they hired him to program it for them, and then he took their idea and made Facebook. So it's like, uh, they always do something that's not, not what's the word,
Napster. What was he doing? Stealing people's music, pretty much.
and right, and the Napster, um he that was Sean Parker, and he joined forces with Facebook. That's
Okay.
what he did. That's how they pushed out the partner. They pushed out Severin because Sean Parker came in, and they're all nerds, right? But he was like a not a cool nerd, but he was a nerd that had a little gift of gab and could talk to people and stuff like that. And that's how Sean Parker came in. It's just crazy, man. They all have it. So what Ren is doing is Ren is that guy, man. And I tell you right now, I Ren is something like that. These powerful cats probably don't like. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like
Right.
Ren, we need to protect Ren at all costs.
At all
Protect
costs,
this
protect
man at
Ren.
all costs
Right.
because
And he's
he
out there.
exposes
He
everything.
won't let them. He won't. Like a lot of people uh DM'd and sent us message and said he has said before. If you knew the deals that he's been offered, see, they're
He's not gonna
trying to
let
throw
them
that money at him to
so they can
control him,
silence him.
and he
Yep,
won't allow him
control
to
him.
do it. And that's
Let
and
him
that's
do it.
probably pissing them off that
Oh yeah.
he refuses to fall to the money game.
Yeah, he refused to follow the money game. And that's what it. I can imagine the deals he's been offered.
Yep.
And that's why I was saying I can't believe nobody has tried to. No, yeah, I can imagine the deals he's been offered. They probably try to offer him deals, give him some sort of 360 deals, so they can
Yep.
control
Give
everything
him,
he
oh, we'll give
does.
you 500 million up front because he sees
Yeah,
the influence and he got. But shout out to Ren, man, for controlling his
stand your
own
ground.
destiny.
Stand your ground.
Keep it up. We need artists like this.
Stay like this, man, because there's too many people that do it and then finally, because they give into it, because life be lifing, right?
Right.
And look at Ren. He's in a position where he could have gave in because he has a sickness, and I'm sure that's expensive when it comes to
Hmm.
taking care of
Medication,
it,
treatment, whatever they
medication,
need to do.
treatment. But he could have easily. I know people probably came to him and was like, "Yeah, we can take care of their medical bills real quick.
Hmm.
Sign this
Right.
contract," but he ain't did
Dirty,
it.
dirty people. They'll use that as a, and I know those medical bills get expensive out there. You know,
Hmm.
but shout out to him, man.
I have nothing
The
but respect, and
resolve,
that's why we have to. I go
more and more
back to the
respect.
comparison of Prince. That's the
Yep.
same thing, Prince, and that's why I mean, don't go there, but we all know that's why it ended the way it did, because
Right.
Prince would not conform to the money game in the system.
Yep.
He was part of it at first because he had no choice because he started in the
But
game. See,
right,
What
he's
Ren
starting
did,
that. But what
Ren
Ren is
started
doing
and
is
stayed the way
he's
he
never
is.
becoming a part of it, and
Yeah,
that's how you win it. When you never become a part of it, you don't have to worry about anybody doing nothing dirty to you because they never have possession of your work, of your music, of your artistry. So they can't control something they've never been a part of. Right?
yep. And there you have it. I mean, we're gonna end this video. I could talk about this for another hour. Like the way this short video spoke so much volume in this little video. There's so much more we could go
Right.
into about the lyrics, about the imagery, about the wordplay. Real quick, let's talk about that. His wordplay on this was
Wordplay
was
was
was fire.
crazy.
Was
Yep, it
fire.
was.
Like he showed that he not that he hadn't shown before, but he showed that he could
So
spit with
and
the best
and
of them.
that and that's gonna make us want to get more into. We're gonna be breaking down the freestyles. I heard he's got some freestyles out there. He's got some
Hmm.
remakes, some remakes and records. So we're gonna get into all of that. The Renegades, let us know where we go first when we start tapping in to his freestyles, to his lyrical records, or his remakes. Let us know where we should go first
Right.
with the reaction on that.
Yeah. All right. Comment below. Let us know what you think.
Ly- Lyrical. Was there any of the certain lyrics that you wanted to touch on real quick before we get out of here? I know he was, man. The metaphors was insane. On this record, man, he was spitting a lot of metaphors. Not only just the nursery, even right before he got to the nursery rhymes. He was kicking out some crazy metaphors. Um, the as far
I'm gonna
as
bring up the
the
lyrics.
yeah, bring to live that we want to touch on. I'm trying to do it out of memory, but I pretty much touched on that already. With the monopoly, with the expansion, when he was going down the line, right, doing the nursery rhyme. So we pretty much touched on it.
We
Um,
touched on a lot of it. I mean, he went down, like I said, the when he was putting everything together, and he laid it out for you. The funny thing is, his lyrics are not his lyrics are. I'll say not his lyrics. His wordplay is put together nicely, where you have to kind of read between the lines and some things,
right,
but he still kind of laid it all out to you, which is, if that makes sense, which is kind of, we're no slouches when it comes to lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
we know, bro. We studied the Eminems of the
Yeah,
world. We
we
studied
studied.
the
That's what
you
we
know
studied.
the Red Mans and the Rakims. We study lyricists. That's what we do. So you already know. Like I said, he's dropping doubles and triple entendres. He's
Right.
putting stuff in there where you got to read between the lines. I mean, we'll be here for an hour breaking down his lyrics.
Yeah, like the click bang, watch the bucks pour in, sell your soul
Hmm.
for a flat screen TV and two-seat Benz. Like
Yep.
that's like basically the money flows from exploitation. That's the click bang, right? People
Yep.
trade integrity for material status. Symbol. So
Hmm.
everything that he was saying out there, he has a meaning for the front part of it, meaning for the
Yeah.
back. He has double meanings for everything on here, man. So it's crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
What?
And even if you look at the final word after he goes down all of that, you're a liar, a cheat, a devil, a whore, and you sell seashells on the
Right. See,
seashore.
sure. Yep.
That basically means at the end of the day, you followed, because remember it started off that way. So you followed your path, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
became, you became a capitalist.
Right. Okay. We became a capitalist.
You became a capitalist by following your path, following that path, right?
Wow.
That's interesting.
Well,
That's very interesting. Well, hey
y'all let us
guys,
know, man.
hopefully you let us know if we are on track. I think I'm not trying to sound funny, but I think we're pretty good with when he's rapping like this, it's like
Right.
another rapper. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, now let's listen to the bars. You know
Right.
what I
And
mean?
that for the boss. And
Yeah,
look, and like I said, sorry that the video's a little lengthy, but we want to make sure we break down everything for y'all, man. And again, if we missed something, let us know down in the comments. Also, put in the comments what you think of this reaction, how you think the Clark brothers are doing on the Ren reaction so far. And of course, let us know where we go next, man, because
yeah.
we finished with the Money Game trilogy. Amazing stuff. We
Hmm.
got past Jenny and Screech. I'm still shook from that. Yeah, High Rand was just was a look into a little bit of who he is, and now we coming up. We're gonna be doing the next one next. I think our next reaction after that's gonna probably be Sick Boy. All right,
Sick boy.
so we'll see y'all when that drops. All
Yep.
right, so let us know down below, man. Like, comment, subscribe to the IE Network for more reactions and more Ren reactions. Till next time, man. We out.
Peace.